Good afternoon. Mali na yung audio ko.
Yes po, Sir Edwin. Malinaw naman po.
Nagkaka-problema power sa office. Nawala ng power. Tama, si Sir, sino magbabasa ng TOR?
Si Sir Jonathan po, Chair.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Pakakuha na lang, pa-remind kung pwede na tayo mag-start.
Vice Chair, we can now start po.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So, welcome to the DICT Region 3 Pre-Bid Conference. Today's date is July 29, 2025. The time is 2 p.m. Good afternoon to our BAC members, TWG, BAC Secretariat, our guest observer, and user, to our potential bidders, and those who's watching live now through our DICT Region 3 official social media page. Our procurement activity for this afternoon is procurement of managed service for the operation of fiber optic network access and connectivity project in Region 3 in the province of Pampanga, with BAC number 2025-006 and a bid reference number 12244194. This pre-bid conference is live via the DICT Region 3 official social media page. With that, let's proceed with our admin matters. May I request to our BACSEC to determine if we have a quorum so we can proceed with today's pre-bid conference.
Good afternoon, Chair. For the call to order, acknowledging the presence of our attendees today are BAC Vice Chairperson, Mr. Edwin Mendoza, BAC members, Ms. Ria Rose Calautit Libao, Ms. Nerve de Guzman, and Mr. Jeffrey Lazaro. Vice Chair, confirming that we now have a quorum. And also, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our TWG, led by Engineer Carisma Gutierrez, and also attended by Mr. Mark Kenneth Junicio. We also have the BAC Secretariat team led by Ms. Jennifer Ilagan, Ms. Raven Villanueva, Abigail Gallego, Irish Ann Santiago, Romel Nepomuceno, Ms. Celine Fucanan, and Mr. Jake Matiliano. We also joining with us is the NBP team as the end user representative, Engineer Jonathan Solis and Engineer John Peter Garcia. We would also like to note that we have invited observers, Vice Chair, from the Commission on Audit, the National Telecommunications Commission, Region 3, and the Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines, Bulacan. However, none of our invited observers were able to attend for today's pre-bid conference. Acknowledging also the attendance today from the prospective bidders, Mr. Aljun Casimero from Sinagtech, Mr. Lazaro B. Morales III from Converge ICT, Ms. Yulak Caminade from Multiline Building Systems Inc., and Ms. Jennifer Villanueva from Globe. Thank you for joining us for the pre-bid conference of procurement of managed service for the operations fiber optic network access and connectivity project in Region 3 Pampanga. We're pleased to have you here and we hope this session will be helpful in clarifying any concerns you may have about the procurement. Chair, can we now discuss the pre-bid agenda po?
Yes, go ahead.
For the pre-bid agenda, we have the project details, house rules, presentation of the detailed technical specifications, the presentation of the bidding documents, checklist of technical and financial documents, clarifications and questions and answer, reminders and amendments. Again, for the project details, we have the BAC 2025-006 with project title Procurement of Managed Service for the operation of fiber optic network access and connectivity project in Region 3, Pampanga, with an approved budget for the contract of 3,764,250 pesos. Invitation to bid was posted to fill jobs in conspicuous places last July 21, 2025. Invitation to bid was sent to at least 3 prospective bidders with known qualifications. Invitation to observers was forwarded last July 24, 2025 to COA Region 3, NTC Region 3, and Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines, Bulacan, and we are now conducting our pre-bid conference July 29, 2025 at 2 p.m. For the house rules, upon joining the meeting, please rename your Zoom display name using the following format: company name dash your full name. Questions, comments, and suggestions may be raised after the presentations of the BAC chairperson and the BAC secretariat. Kindly use the raise hand tool to indicate if you have a question or clarifications or send your inquiries via the chat box. All questions must be brief, concise, specific, and relevant to the procurement at hand and should be addressed to the BAC chairperson. Please observe the order and decorum during the proceedings. Any act or utterance that may interrupt or disrupt the session will not be tolerated. Please keep your microphone on mute unless you are asked to speak in order to avoid unnecessary background noise. When speaking, kindly enable your webcam and state your full name and the company name or organization you are representing. All participants are required to accomplish the online attendance form provided. Vice Chair, that's all for the um, details of the project. May we now call on the end user representative to discuss the detailed technical specifications. Thank you po.
Yes, may acknowledge Engineer Jonathan Solis to discuss the documentary requirements of the GovNet in Pampanga project. Thank you. Engineer Jonathan, you have the floor.
Thank you, Vice Chair. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. So I'm currently presenting the technical specification that was also forwarded to our prospective bidders. This is for the procurement of managed service for the operations of fiber optic network access and connectivity project in Region 3, Pampanga. So our general overview is that we seek to expand the free Wi-Fi for all program by connecting all available ICT equipment in government agencies in Pampanga through access point using high-speed 1 gigabit per second fiber optic cable with a minimum information rate of 50 megabits per second, which will enable fast free Wi-Fi and inter-agency connectivity, enhancing public service delivery. So a brief description. This tender will cover 1 year of managed service to support and expand the free Wi-Fi connectivity through the use of both underground and aerial FOC networks. It will also include support for the relocation and or rectification of related FOC infrastructure as necessary. The ABC for this contract, as was discussed a while ago, will come from the General Fund of the Free Public Internet Access Program 2025, which is 3,764,250 pesos. So the main project objective is to ensure that all free Wi-Fi sites connected to the existing FOC network remain operational 24/7 and to expand free Wi-Fi coverage within Region 3 Pampanga. So the mode of procurement is competitive bidding. For the scope of work and services, the managed service project includes the following managed services or activities to be rendered by the contractor to ensure the continuity of the free Wi-Fi services through the sustained operation of the FOC network. First is to conduct monthly physical inspection and correction of the network for the coverage area. Quarterly inspection of routes covering all connected free Wi-Fi access points in active agencies. Conduct preventive maintenance. Next is restore and replacement of damaged and or stolen cables. All materials and services to be used will be free of charge. Repair and restoration of passive devices such as patch panels, splicing, closure, etc. Reporting of damaged equipment like media converters, switches, routers, and other active devices. Installing, splicing, and testing of cables. Provisioning and installation of wireless access points and IP radio at Wi-Fi sites, including all necessary cabling works to ensure full connectivity and seamless integration with the existing DICT network infrastructure. These access points shall be provided by the DICT through the free Wi-Fi for all program. Transferring, relocating, changing of cable route to a different location or site of the government entity. Updating of as-built plan and core assignment record for any changes and additional connection within the network once completed. Submission of test results, material consumption, and other necessary documents for a new installation, repair, and restoration of cable. Securing 24/7 on-call standby maintenance team situated within Pampanga for immediate response in the network, inside and outside plant, On Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, the 24/7 on-call standby maintenance will be effective only when the client allows the team to conduct troubleshooting procedures inside the client's office or premise. All necessary tools, equipment, service vehicles must always be available to perform the deliverables. Service providers, technical support must implement a ticketing for report, monitoring, tracking, and maintaining thread history of all tickets and concern. Section 4.2 Response and Report Time Target Time. The contractor must consider all service interruption as urgent priority. The expected response and repair time are stated in the table below. So the coverage should be 24 times 7 times 365 days, Monday to Sunday. The response time, so maximum time to respond would be 2 hours. And for the restoration, maximum time to up the network would be 8 hours from the receipt of trouble ticket. For every delay, there must be an equivalent amount of service credits. So unavailability of service, downtimes, and/or outages shall be considered as chargeable rebates. Service credits will be provided in the form of service extensions based on the cumulative quarterly service and/or bandwidth availability. Availability will be based on the corresponding equivalent values indicated in the table below. There's also rebates exclusion, which are the availability of service, downtime, and/or outages during scheduled maintenance, emergency maintenance, or other instances, provided that the prior approval of DICT has been made at least 3 calendar days before the activity. Any downtime caused by scheduled or unscheduled power interruptions or force majeure. So for the summary of rebates, for the response time, after 2 to 3 hours, there will be a 1% of the quarterly billing service credits, which will equate to 1 day of service extension. For after 3 to 4 hours, there would be a 2% service credits of the percentage of the quarterly billing or 2 days service extension. And for more than 4 hours, there would be a 3% service credits or 3-day service extension. For the restoration time, 8 to 12 hours would be service credits of 1% and extension of 1 day or extension of 1 day. Then for 12 to 24 hours, service credits of 2% of the quarterly billing or 2 days of extension of service. And for more than 24 hours, 3% or 3-day extension of service. There's also allowable cumulative extension service per month would be 5 days only. So the excess would be deducted from the quarterly billing based on the service credit table. Section 5, deliverables. The following reports, practices, and procedure referred to as technical documents in this paragraph must be provided by the contractor and must be approved by the DICT. Item number 1 for reports, monthly report maintenance report. Every first Monday of the month would be the schedule of submission. Second is incident report in case of encountered problems 1 day after restoration. Third is repair and test report after restoration activities submission would be 2 days after restoration. New revised updated as-built plan, drawing, or assigned records would be submitted 1 day after revision of or updates on the network connections. And item number 5, inventory of utilized equipment, supplies, and materials would be submitted quarterly if there are updates. Contractor should submit to the ICT the specified number of original and of copies of all technical documents, both in hard copy and soft copy as-built plans, and drawings must be submitted in hard and soft copy, original and editable format. Section 5.2, provision and installation of pre-identified agencies and free Wi-Fi access points not limited to the following sites. So these are the predetermined sites po na we would be targeting during this contract, but this won't be limited to the numbers indicated here. So first site name, DOST with the coordinates given here, DNR Regional Office 3, Philippine National Police Regional Office 3, DOH Region 3, Philippine Information Agency Region 3, DOH Regional Blood Center, CHED Region 3, DSWT Region 3, BLGF Region 3, DA Region 3, LTO Region 3, DOJ, PPA Region 3, Heroes Hall of CSFP LGU, Civic Center Innovation Hub, Command Center of CSFP-LGU, new Executive Building of CSFP-LGU, and the City Hall of San Fernando, LGU. So as you have seen here, our current fiber optic network is situated only within the National Government Center at Barangay Maimpis or the Diosdado Macapagal Government Center. However, we will be expanding outside using the existing fiber optic network of City of San Fernando as mentioned here from items 30 to 70. Next, for manpower work requirements, personnel must be appropriately trained to use the equipment provided and do the troubleshooting and restoration and must be available at a moment's notice. For the effective operation of the access network, restoration personnel must be composed of at the minimum of the following: one project coordinator, one OSP supervisor, one lineman or rigger, one splicing commissioning personnel, and one safety officer or support personnel. For the maintenance tools and equipment as part of the activity, so tools must be available at all times in order to perform the restoration of the access network of the free Wi-Fi sites within the government agencies. We have Arc Fusion machine, optical loss test set, optical time domain reflectometer, fiber extension ladders of 24-28 feet, lineman safety belts, toolkits, cable jack trailer, digging bar shovel, clamshell digger, carpentry tools, wheel meter, cable cutter, messenger wire cutter, submersible pump, boom truck, service vehicle with ladder rack holder, other necessary tools or equipment. So also note that you should have a calibration certificate for the Arc Fusion machine to ensure accuracy of results. Section 5.5, the bundled activities for the maintenance service contract. So this would be the activities that you would report based from your uh, accomplishment of the month and the quarter. So first is monthly maintenance of fiber optic facilities or MMFOF, which includes the following: conduct monthly physical inspection and correction of the network within the coverage area. Conduct OTDR testing of the network. The attenuation must not be more than 23 decibels from node to node or node to beneficiary. Retentioning of sagging FOC and guying. Pre-assessment of trouble tickets, FOC activities, OTDR, power rating, VSL, results documentation, and splicing of patch for the ODF and POPs. Activity reports. Other activities necessary for the optimal operation of the network. Next is major fiber optic outage or FOO, which includes poles that would need replacement, rehabilitation or restoration, which includes some or all of the following: site survey and damage assessment, installation and splicing of distribution points, FOC cabling and releasing of cables, splicing of fiber optic cables, FOC testing activities, and replacement of aerial FOC network up to farthest facility from node, setting of poles, other activities necessary for the complete restoration and operation of the FOC. Next is uprooting and replacement of DICT-owned pole that will include the following: conduct site survey of the pole to be uprooted, remove the fiber optic cable, cable clamps, cross arms, any and all other accessories from the pole, remove pole from a pole using boom truck or alternative equipment, reattach fiber optic cable, cable clamp, cross arms, any and all other accessories to the pole, FOC testing activities. 5.5.4, transfer of fiber optic equipment, boring of holes in walls, ceilings, etc., cabling of UTP, outdoor cabling and ceilings, wall, etc., installation of flexible hose, plastic moldings, and GIA pipes if needed, transferring of FOC, ODF, APs, and other equipment for the operation of the network, and installation of free Wi-Fi access points and accessories. Managed service, which include the installation of new fiber optic facilities, repair any damaged equipment, including equipment to the new agencies approved by the end user. That will include the following: ensure internet connection through access point per site, fiber optic cabling and termination, ODF installation, splicing termination, FOC testing activities, boring of holes in wall seating, etc., installation of flexible hose, moldings, pipes, and setting of poles. Next is change management procedure. In the event the emergency relocation of an agency to a new site, the contractor shall ensure the connection of the said agency to the network, provided that the new location is within 3,000 meter or 3 kilometers from the nearest node. Any rectification or extension work required beyond 3,000 meters shall be charged to the recipient agency. Furthermore, all additional network infrastructure installed shall be considered property of the IC. For new installations, the contractor shall connect the agency to the access network, provided that the site is not more than 3,000 meters from the nearest node. Any incremental cost arising from the installation shall be charged to the recipient agency, and the additional network infrastructure shall be deemed property of the DICT. All requests for relocation shall be emailed to the ICT and is subject for review and approval. The contractor will be notified via email of the request to proceed with the installation. The installation shall commence within 3 calendar days after receipt of email. So materials shouldered by recipient agency will be part of the ICT owned or the ICT access network in Region 3, Pampanga. Section 7, the duration of the contract. The duration of the contract shall be a period of 1 year. After signing of the NTP, delivery of service shall commence within 5 calendar days after signing of NTP. Upon any violation of the contract, the DICT has the right to terminate the contract anytime. Section 8, evaluation process. The contractor shall submit the following documents listed together during the pre-bid opening: compliance with the National Privacy Commission for Data Privacy Act of 2012, non-expired certification from NPC should be submitted during bid opening. Now, contractors shall submit the following documents listed below during the post-cast qualification: written statement of contractor duly signed by their authorized representative for the following: that they at least have 5 years of direct experience in planning, engineering, supply, delivery, installation, testing, commissioning, and expertise in operation and maintenance of optical fiber transmission or project systems, and has fiber laid installed at least an accumulated of 100 kilometers fiber optic cable, including splicing and testing. For material specification, brand name, model number of the following: for fiber optic cable, 2-4 drop FOC. For the OTDR, optical loss tester, arc fusion machine. Submission of certificate of calibration for testing of equipment, OTDR, OLT, and arc fusion machine. Certification that the contractor has the necessary items that will be used to maintain the network during the contract's duration, including but not limited to human resources, tools and equipment, and maintenance vehicle. And finally, contractor shall submit resume of the key personnel to be assigned to the project. These key personnel are the project manager, engineer, coordinator, OSP, and safety officer. So safety officer levels should conform with the requirements of the Department of Labor and Employment. Section 9, the warehouse and supplies. All outside inside plant fiber optic installation materials shall be provided by the contractor, except for the fiber optic cables, like 144 cores, 96 core FOC, and 48 core FOC. Optical distribution frame enclosures, which are available for pickup at the ICT warehouse in the Mabalacat City, Pampanga. All issued supplies and materials shall be accounted for by the contractor in the after activity report. Note, in case of any loss or damages on the materials provided by the ICT, the contractor or the winning maintenance provider will be accountable and must be immediately replaced the said material. Section 10, testing acceptance. The contractor is responsible for the performance of all civil and cable network pre-test requirements as required by the DICT to ensure the quality of service. Pull-out transfer of equipment, configuration, and reinstallation from one site to another as requested by the ICT shall be honored and complied with the supplier, and the total bid price shall be inclusive of such costs. Technical inspection report. The technical inspection report will be prepared by the technical acceptance and inspection team once the inspection and testing has been concluded. Inspection and acceptance report report form will be prepared by the end user unit and signed by the division head and regional director once the inspection report is accomplished and forwarded by the TAI. Next is certificate of acceptance. The certificate of acceptance will be prepared by the end user unit in compliance with the inspection acceptance report once the testing acceptance have been concluded. Personnel responsible for submitting service reports, technical documents, and other supporting documents may sign them using their wet signature or digital signature, provided they are registered with the ICT's PNPKI digital signature. Section 11, payment terms or progress of payment. For the one-year procurement of managed service for network access and connectivity project in Region 3, payments shall be made quarterly basis upon availability of downloaded fund and subject to complete submission of billing documents and reports not limited to monthly maintenance report, incident reports, repair and test reports, new revised updated actual plan, drawing to be submitted every quarter billing. All right, so that would be for the detailed technical specification. Proceeding po to the bidding documents for the procurement of managed service for the operations of fiber optic network access and connectivity project in Region 3, Pampanga, with the bid reference number of BAC 2025-006. So Section 1, invitation to bid. So the DICT Region 3 now invites contractors who would like to join the bidding for the fee managed service for the operation of the fiber optic network access and connectivity project in Region 3, Pampanga, with bid reference number BAC 2025-006, with a total ABC of 3,764,250 and the cost or price of bid documents, cash payment only, would be 5,000 pesos. So we are now inviting bids for the above procurement project. Delivery of service is required within 5 calendar days. Upon receipt of notice to proceed, bidders shall be completed within 5 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids. A contract similar to the project. The description of an eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, the instruction to bidders. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using non-discretionary pass or fail criteria, as specified in the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizens, sole proprietorship, partnership, or organization with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to the citizen of the Philippines and to the citizens or organization of a country, the laws or organization of which grant similar rights or privilege to Filipino citizen pursuant to RA 5183. Prospective bidders may obtain further information from DICT and inspect the bidding documents at the address given below from 8 to 5. So, complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidder on July 21, 2025 from our website and our regional office given. And upon payment of the applicable fee for the bidding documents pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by the GPPB in the amount of 5,000 pesos. So for the procuring entity shall allow the bidder to present its proof of payment for the fees by emailing a copy of the official receipt at DICT-R3-BACSEC@DICT.gov.ph or presentation of the official receipt in person. The DICT will hold a pre-bid conference today, and all prospective bidders are advised to contact the BAC Secretariat for the Zoom details. So bids must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the office address indicated below on or before 12 noon, August 13, 2025. Late bids shall not be accepted. Bid proposals may be submitted by authorized suppliers' representatives. All bids must be accompanied by bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in ITB Clause 14. Bid opening shall be on August 13 as well, 1 p.m. at DICT Region 3, Marathon Square Building, Cagayan Valley Road, Santa Rita, Giginto, Bulacan. And also via video conference platform. For video conference application, you can message the BAC Secretariat. Bids will be open in the presence of the bidders representative who choose to attend the activity. We kindly remind the bidders of the requirement to have at least one representative physically present during the bid opening at the DICT Regional Office 3. It is important to note that the submitted bids without a representative during the bid opening will still be evaluated. However, please be aware that if any questions or clarifications arise from the BAC, bidders who did not have a representative present will not be permitted to contest or provide further input. The DICT reserves the right to reject any and all of the bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to the contract award in accordance with Section 35.6 and 41 of the 2016 revised IRR, without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidders or bidders. Section 2, Instruction to Bidders. The scope of bid again is for the managed service of the operations of fiber optic network access connectivity project in Region 3, Pampanga, with BAC identification number BAC 2025-006. Procurement project refers to as project is composed of one lot. Details would be described in Section 7. For the funding, again, it's 3,764,250 pesos under the Free Public Internet Access Program 2025. For the bidding requirements, bidding for the project shall be governed by all of the provision of RA 9184 and its 2016 revised IRR, including its generic procurement manual and associated policies, rules, and regulation as a primary source thereof, while the herein clauses shall serve as a secondary source thereof. Any amendments made to the IRR and the GPPB issuances shall be applicable only to the ongoing posting, advertisement, or IB by the BAC through issuance of supplemental bid bulletin. The bidder, by the act of submitting its bid, shall be deemed to have verified and accepted the general requirement of this project, including other factors that may affect the cost, duration, execution, or implementation of the contract project or work, and email and examine all instructions, forms, texts, terms, and projects requirement in the bidding documents. 4 is corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive practices. The procurement entity, as well as the bidders, suppliers, shall observe the high standard of ethics during the procurement and execution of the contract. They or through an agent shall not engage in corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive and obstructive practices defined under Annex 1 of the 2016 revised IRR, or other integrity violation in competing for the project. Section 5, eligibility of the bidder. Only bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. Foreign ownership is limited to those allowed under the rules to participate in this project. Pursuant to Section 23.4.1.3 of the 2016 revised IRR, the bidder shall have an SLCC that is at least one contract similar to the project, the value of which adjusted to current prices using PSA CPI. For the procurement of supplies and services, the bidder must have completed a single contract that is similar to this project, equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC. The bidder shall comply with the eligibility criteria under Section 23.4.1 of the 2016 revised IRR. In the event of any discrepancy between the original document and its copies, the original document shall prevail. Furthermore, if the original documents are themselves copies, they must be marked certified true copy, and every page must bear the signature of the bidder. Section 6, origin of goods. There is no restriction on the origin of goods other than those prohibited by the decision of the UN Security Council, taken under Chapter 7 of the Charter of the UN, subject to domestic preference requirement under ITB Clause 18. Section 7, subcontracts. Subcontracting is not allowed. Section 8, pre-bid conference, which is today. Section 9, clarification and amendment of bidding documents. Prospective bidders may request clarification and/or interpretation of any part of the bidding document. Such request must be in writing and received by the procuring entity, either at its given address or through electronic mail indicated in the IB at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission and receipt of bids. Documents comprising of the bid, eligibility and technical components. The first envelope shall contain the eligibility and technical documents of the bid as specified in Section 8. Checklist of technical and financial documents. Next is the bidder's SLCC as indicated in ITB Clause 5.3 shall have been completed within the last 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. If the eligibility requirements of statement, the bids, and all other documents for submission to the BAC are in foreign language other than English, it must be accompanied by a translation in English, which shall be authenticated by the appropriate Philippine Foreign Service Establishment, post, or equivalent office having jurisdiction over the foreign bidders' affairs in the Philippines. Similar to the required authentication above for contracting parties, to the Apostle Convention. Only the translated document shall be authenticated through an apostle pursuant to GPPB Resolution 13-2019. The English translation shall govern interpretation of the bid. Section 11, documents comprising of the bid, the financial component. The second and bid envelope shall contain the financial documents for the bid as specified in Section 8. If the bidder claims preference as domestic bidder or domestic entity, a certification issued by the DTI shall be provided by the bidder in accordance with Section 43.1.3 of the 2016 revised IRR. Any bid exceeding the ABC indicated in paragraph 1 shall not be accepted. For foreign funded procurement, a ceiling may be applied to bid prices provided the conditions are met under Section 31.2 of the 2016 revised IRR. Next is bid prices. Prices indicated on the price schedule shall be entered separately in the following manner. For goods offered within the Philippines, within the procuring entity's country, prices of goods quoted in EXW, and the cost of all costs of duties and sales, other taxes already paid or payable, the cost of transportation, insurance, and other costs incidental to delivery of goods to their final destination, and the price of others, services, if any listed. For goods offered from abroad, unless otherwise stated in the BDS, the price of goods shall be quoted in delivery duty paid, with the place of destination in the Philippines as specified in the BDS. In quoting the price, the bidder shall be free to use any transportation through carriers registered in any eligible country. Similarly, the bidders may obtain insurance services from any eligible source country. The price of other incidental services, if any, again, listed in Section 7. Bid and payment currencies for goods that the bidder will supply from outside the Philippines. The bid prices may be quoted in local currency or tradable currency accepted by the DSP at the discretion of the bidder. However, for purpose of bid evaluation, bids denominated in foreign currencies shall be converted to the Philippine currency based on the exchange rate published in the BSP reference rate bulletin on the day of the bid opening. Next is payment of contract price shall be made in Philippine pesos. Section 14, bid security. The bidder shall submit a bid security declaration or any form of bid security in the amount indicated in the BDS, which shall be not less than the percentage of the ABC in accordance with the schedule in the BDS. The bid and bid security shall be valid until 120 days from the bid submission. Any bid not accompanied by an acceptable bid security shall be rejected by the procuring entity as non-responsive. Section 15, sealing and marking of bids. Each bidder shall submit 3 copies of the first and second component of its bid. Bidder shall enclose the original eligibility and technical in one sealed envelope, marked as original technical component, and the origin of their financial component in another sealed envelope marked as original financial component, sealing them all in an outer envelope marked as original bid. Then each copy of the first and second envelope shall be similarly sealed, duly marking the inner envelope as copy number 1 or copy number 2, technical component, and copy number blank, financial component, and the outer envelope as copy number blank, respectively. These envelopes containing the original and copy shall then be enclosed in one single envelope. The original and the number of copies of the bid, as indicated in the video, shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representative. All envelopes shall contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, bear the name and address of the bidder in capital letters, be addressed to the procuring entity's BAC in accordance with ITB Clause 1, bear the specific identification of this bidding process indicated in ITB Clause 1.2, and bearing a warning, do not open before the date and time of the opening of bids. Bid envelopes that are not properly sealed and marked as required in the bidding document shall not be rejected, but the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The BAC or procuring entity shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid for its premature opening. The procuring entity may request additional hard copies and or electronic copies of the bid. However, failure of the bidder to comply with the said request shall not be a ground for disqualification. If the procuring entity allows the submission bids through online submission or any other electronic means, the bidder shall submit an electronic copy of its bid, which must be digitally signed. An electronic copy that cannot be opened or it's corrupted shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. 16, deadline of submission of bid is already specified in paragraph 7 of the IB. Opening and preliminary examination of bids. The BAC shall open the bids in public at the time, on the date, and at the place specified in paragraph 9 of the IB. The bidder's representative who are present shall sign a register evidencing their attendance. In case of video conferencing, webcasting, or other similar technologies are used, participants' attendance shall likewise be recorded by the BAC Secretariat. In case the bids cannot be opened as scheduled due to justifiable reasons, the rescheduling requirement under Section 29 of the 2016 revised IRR shall prevail. The preliminary examination of bids shall be governed by the Section 30 of the 2016 revised IRR. Next is domestic preference. The procuring entity will grant a margin of preference for the purpose of comparison of the bids in accordance with Section 43.1.2 of the 2016 revised IRR. Detailed evaluation and comparison of bids, Section 19. The procuring bank shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids rated pass using non-discretionary pass or fail criteria. The bank shall consider the conditions in the evaluation of bids under Section 32.2 of the 2016 revised IRR. If the project allows partial bids, bidder may submit a proposal on any of the lots or items, and evaluation will be undertaken on a per lot or item basis as the case may be. In this case, the bid security as required by ITB Clause 15 shall be submitted for each lot or item separately. The description of the lots or items shall be indicated in Section 7. Although the ABC of these lots or items are indicated in the BDS for purpose of NFCC computation pursuant to Section 23.4.2.6 of the 2016 revised IRR. NFCC must be sufficient for the total of the ABCs for all the lots or items participated in by the prospective bidder. The project shall be awarded as one project, having several items that shall be awarded as one contract. Except for bidders submitting a committed line of credit from Universal or Commercial Bank in lieu of its NFCC, all bids must include the NFCC computation pursuant to Section 23.4.1.4 of the 2016 revised IRR, which must be sufficient for the total ABC for all lots or items participated in by the prospective bidder. For bidders submitting a committed line of credit, it must be at least equal to 10% of the ABCs for all lots or items participated in by the prospective bidder. Section 20, post-qualification. Within a non-extendable period of 5 calendar days from receipt of bidder of the notice from the BAC that it submitted the lowest calculated bid, the bidder shall submit its latest income and business tax returns filed and paid through the BIR electronic filing and payment system and other appropriate licenses and permits required by the law and stated in the BDS. Section 21, the signing of contract. The documents required in Section 37.2 of the 2016 revised IRR shall be formed part of the contract. Additional contract documents are indicated in the BDS. Section 3, bid data sheet. For this purpose, ITP Clause 5.3, the project contract similar to the project shall be the operation and maintenance of fiber optic cable network completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. 7.1, subcontracting is not allowed. Clause 12, the price of the goods shall be quoted in DDE. Section 14.1 or Clause 14.1, the bid security shall be in the form of bid security declaration or any of the following forms in amount. The amount of not less than 75,000 to 285 pesos or 2% of the ABC if the bid security is in cash, cashier's manager's check, bank draft guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, or the amount of not less than 188,212 and 50 centavos if it's 5, which is the 5% of the APC, if bid security is in the surety bond. So others clauses 20.1 and 21.1, please see sections 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 of the POR. Section 4, general conditions of the contract. Scope of contract. This contract shall include all items, although not specifically mentioned, that can be reasonably inferred as being required for its completion, as if such items were expressly mentioned herein. All the provisions of RA 9184 and its revised IRR, including generic procurement manuals and associated issuances, constitute the primary source of the terms and conditions of the contract and thus applicable in contract implementation. Hearing clauses shall serve as secondary sources from terms and condition of the contract. This without prejudice to section 74.1 and 74.2 of the 26 revised RR, which allows the GPB to amend the IRR. So for advance payment, under Annex T, if there is, for under the revised IRR. For performance security within 10 calendar days from the receipt of notice of award by the bidder from the procuring entity, but in no case later than the signing of the contract by both parties. The successful bidder shall furnish the performance security in any of the form prescribed in Section 39 of the 26 revised IRR. For special condition of contracts, for the purpose of this clause, the representative at the project sites would be Mario Antonio Villayay and Engineer Jonathan Rainier Solis. Let's go to Section 6, Schedule of Requirements. For this project, one lot, the delivery weeks or months or the delivery schedule will be required 5 days upon receipt of notice to proceed for the managed service for the operations of fiber optic network access and connectivity project in Region 3, Pampanga. So it should be duly signed by the bidder. Section 7, Technical Specification. So you just need to indicate your bidder state comply or not comply in each individual parameters, which is item 1. This is already given under the DTS a while ago. Section 2, which is the for the response time. So you just need to include complied or indicate complied. Number 3, the reporting. Number 4, the site, pre-identified sites. Number 5, for the tools. Number 6, for the testing results, or this is the detailed activities to be conducted. Number 7, manpower requirements. Number 8, the change management procedure. Number 9, the warehouse and supplies. Number 10, test and acceptance. And number 11, the payment terms or progress payment. Then it should be duly signed again by the bidder. Section 8, required forms. Annex 1, this would be the statement of all ongoing contracts within the last 3 years. All ongoing contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any. We just indicated it here and have it duly signed. Annex 1-A, which is the statement of single largest completed contract of similar nature within the last 5 years of submission and receipt of bids amounting to at least 50% of the approved budget of contract. Any of the following documents must be submitted together with the statement of single largest completed contract. First, end user's acceptance. Second is official receipt. Third is sales invoice for the contract. So have it duly signed. Annex 2, which is the certificate of net financial contracting of past year, NFCC. Just indicate here your NFCC using the formula given below and have it duly signed. Annex 3 is the bid securing declaration form. If you would like to use this, bidder, you could use this form and submit it and have it duly notarized. Annex 4, page 1 of 3 is the unused sworn statement. So you just need to edit the template and have it duly notarized for the 3 pages. Annex 5, performance security declaration. So this will be submitted within 10 days after receiving the notice of award. So have it edited and duly notarized as well. Annex 6, financial bid form. So again, the ABC is 3,764,250. You'll just indicate your financial bid proposal at the total price and have it amount in words, then duly signed by the bidder. Annex 7, detailed financial breakdown. So you'll be dividing your total financial bid into unit costs indicated here. First is monthly maintenance of fiber optic facilities, then fiber optic operations outages, FOO, pole replacement, which is 2 lots, transfer of fiber optic equipment, 12 lots, and in FOF, which is 8 lots, which are the ones described a while ago, detailed activities described a while ago during the discussion of the DTS. So you just indicate the total unit cost and the total cost, which should equate the total financial bid offered in Annex 6 and have it amount in words and have it duly signed as well. Lastly is Section 9, the checklist of technical and financial documents. For this project, the Class A document or the technical component envelope. First is the legal documents, a valid field job registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of the IRR, a valid PCAB license for infrastructure communications facility that involves earthwork. For the technical documents, statement of prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Next is statement of bidders SLCC, as indicated a while ago. And again, attach the following document and user acceptance contract accompanied by an official receipt or sales invoice covering the full contract amount and original copy of bid security. If in the form of surety bond, also include the certification issued by Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration and conformity with the technical specification, which may include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirement, and or after sales parts if applicable. Original duly signed omnibus for the statement if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power of and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and to act as to represent the bidder. Next is certificate of compliance with the National Privacy Commission or Data Privacy Act of 2012, non-expired certificate from NPC. Next is vicinity or location of bidder's principal place of business. And lastly, the project timeline or Gantt chart. Financial documents, the supplier's audited financial statement showing among others, the supplier's total and current assets and liabilities stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. The prospective bidder's computed NFCC or committed line of credit for universal commercial block in lieu of its NFCC computation. For Class B documents, if applicable, a duly signed JVA in case of the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statement from all potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provision of JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. For the financial component envelope, first, original or duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, and the original and duly signed and accomplished digital financial breakdown. Other documentary requirements under RA 9184 as applicable only for foreign bidders claiming by reason of their country extension of reciprocal rights of Filipinos, certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that the Filipinos are allowed to participate in government procurement activities for the same item or product. And lastly, certificate from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. And that would be all for the bid documents. Vice Chair, we could now accept for questions or queries from our prospective bidders.
Thank you, Engineer Jonathan. BAC. Is there any reminders or announcement before we proceed to questions and answer their queries? Okay, we now proceed to our question and answer or wish to clarify by the bidders. The floor is open for. I will call from the Converge Philippines. Is there any clarification regarding the TOR?
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Just want to clarify. Meron na kayong existing network infra for this project? Tama po ba?
Sir Jonathan.
Yes, Sir Lazaro, meron na po. Located po siya currently specifically within the government center in Maintis, just the Macapagal Government Center po. For this project po.
So part of our scope will be the maintenance and restoration ng network infra niyo, sir.
Yes, sir. Including expansion, yung dun sa mga sites na nabanggit.
Copy, sir. May we know, sir, kung sino yung nag-provide before nung network infra niyo, sir?
It was installed last 2016 or 2017. Let me get back kung sino exact contractor. But the latest maintenance last year, if I'm not mistaken, was conducted by Tech Enterprises.
Noted, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Converge Philippines. About ABN? Sir Michael.
Hello, sir. Question, sir, for SLCC. Hello,
Yes,
sir.
yes, proceed.
For
Sir Michael.
SLCC, sir, we are the supplier or we are the supplier and the maintenance for DICT Baguio. However, our project on DICT Baguio is limited for 2 months since the end of the year last 2024. For the SLCC, can we request for the aggregate, 25% then 25% for the project of another project for the like GovNet, Provinet of something for network expansion.
Yes, Engineer
Can
Jonathan.
I think by share, it's be better if the BAC would answer the question kasi ano na po siya, sa bidding process na po. Submission ng SLCC, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sir Mike, you're explaining na multiple contracts po ang ipapasok ninyo for
Yes, sir.
SLCC.
Nagsakto lang kasi na for this is for 1 year yung bidding na to. So we're 2 months for the end of 2024 yung nagawa namin network expansion. Kaya yung cost ng ABC for the last year namin is hindi umabot doon sa SLCC for the 1 year. Hoping kung ma-aggregate siya based dun sa mga network expansion ng mga government agency ni DICT.
Yes, okay. Thank you. BAC Secretariat kindly noted the request of Sir Michael regarding the aggregate of project. Since all our bidding in the Region 3 operation network maintenance are standard and uniform. But we take your consideration, Sir Michael, regarding the SLCC.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
How about Fibercom, Sir Adrian?
No, good afternoon po, sir.
Good
Sir,
afternoon.
as of now po, wala pa naman pong question.
Okay, thank you, Sir
Thank you
Adrian.
po.
Globe, Man Jennifer Villanueva.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My question actually was the same as the question of Sir from Converge, who is your previous contractor for this particular project.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Madam. About Mars Tech, Sir Meg, Ma'am siguro, Meg Geronimo.
Hi, good afternoon po. I only have one question regarding this detailed financial breakdown. Page 50. Let's say one of the activity was not conducted. Let's say, for example, there is no pole replacement. Will the amount be deducted on our collectibles?
Sir Meg, hindi po siya deducted. So you'll be submitting a quarterly progress report of the activities conducted. So for example, yung for this quarter, let's say nakapag 10 apat lang pala yung maximum. So for quarter is 4 months. So 4 MMOF or monthly maintenance of facilities. So apat yun, na which is a fixed billing in short on your part. Then FOO nakapag 2 tayo, TFOE nakapag 5 tayo. So yun lang po isasubmit natin. So hindi siya automatic deductible po. So,
Let's say, sir, sorry. Let's say walang pole replacement. As in, hindi talaga nag-erect ng pole. What will happen to the amount?
the amount could be used for other activities. For example, may sobra, di ba yung, I have stated a while ago that the number of free Wi-Fi sites, it's 17 initially indicated, but could be added more. So kung may sobra pa po tayong funds doon at hindi naman nagamit yung pole replacement, it could replace po and just use it as an installation of fiber optic facility, for example. So ganun po siya. So marami po tayo actually naka-inline. In-indicate lang natin ay 17. Based from this project, most likely you could utilize all of the funds na ibibid po ninyo dyan. So kung ilan man. So kung di man nagamit yung pole replacement, we could use it to other activities po.
Let's say madami yung FOO, more than 4 lots. So where will you get the funds for that?
Yeah. Meron naman kami sa DICT for excess funds. However, for this project specifically, based from 2016 hanggang data until 2024, the outages that we have experienced from 2016 was around 4 lang in total, from 2016 to 2025. Like nasunog yung fiber optic cable, ganun. Very much minimal. So most of this project will focus on the monthly maintenance, the transfer, and the installation of new fiber optic facilities.
Okay. So clear, sir, let's say some of the activities will not be conducted. It will not be deducted on our bid price.
Hindi po siya deductible, sir.
So pa rin po yung magiging collectibles ni winning bidder.
Yes po. Yung collectibles po natin is based from the activities talaga na gagawin po natin during the quarter.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's all po.
Thank you, Sir Meg of Mars Tech. How about ASIC, Sir Mabitan? Sorry, mukhang girl. Ma'am Mabi or Sir Mabi? ASIC?
No question po for ASIC.
Okay, thank you, Sir Mabi. How about Fibercom, Sir Adrian Altamero?
Hi, sir. Good afternoon po. As of
Afternoon.
now, wala pa naman po, sir.
Thank you. How about from multi-line building systems?
Hello, sir. Wala naman pong question.
Okay, Sir Juan. Thank you. About from Sinagtech, Sir Ali June Casimiro. Ali.
Ay, hello, sir. Sorry po. Hello.
Hello. Is there any question?
Ay, sir, meron lang po kaming clarification when it comes dun sa TOR number 9 dun sa warehouse and supplies. Opo, yan. All outside and inside plant, fiber optic installation materials. So, ito lang po yung parang yung fiber optic, the optical distribution frame and enclosures, yun lang po yung pwede naming makuha sa warehouse para dito sa project na ito. Kasi nakita namin dito, fiber optic cable for 144 core, 9648. So yung if ever na gagamit ng 24 core or 2 core, kaming contractor na po ang magsusupply nun, sir.
Ma'am, yung dun sa for this project, we don't use kasi 24 or 12 cores pababa. So we only use 144, 96, 48 and drop cable. And you're correct po dun sa supply ng 2-core drop would be provided by the contractor. Yun lang naman sa kung FOC.
Okay po. So, sa ibang like guy grip or any materials pa po na additional, so si contractor na po.
Yes po, correct.
Okay po. Thank you. Yan lang po.
Okay, thank you. Meron ba akong na-miss na matanong sa mga prospective bidders natin? BAC Secretariat na tanong ba lahat? Or meron ako na-miss? Sir,
Yes.
Lazaro of Converge, nag-raise ng hand. Sorry, BAC Secretariat.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Additional question, sir. Na-mention po kanina na may mga ipoprovide na access points. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir. All active equipments will be provided by the ICT po.
Will be provided by DICT, sir. So kami, ang magiging scope namin is installation lang, sir. Tama po ba?
Mainly installation and maintenance po.
Okay, sir.
So installation, sir, would include yung mga configuration, etc. But all active equipments, and yun nga, yung mga materials lang na indicated a while ago, yun po ang i-provide ng DICT.
Bali, ilang access point po per site, sir?
Depende, sir, sa acceptance ng agency. Maximum is around 3 access point as of this moment for the Provinet project. But some agencies may opt to just have 1 or 2 depende kasi sa size ng office po nila and their needs po.
Noted, sir. Then, per site or for the whole project, yung installation ng access points, 5 days lang po yung sir, completion date. Tama po ba?
Hindi, sir. Depending on the complexity pa. So yung 5 calendar days would be just the implementation of this project per se. So ibig sabihin, magsa-start na tayo ng MMOF, which is the first thing to do to check on the facilities kasi nga last year pa yung contract namin. So yun yung unang-unang deployment ng team, meaning within 5 calendar days. Yun po yung nakasulat dun sa kanina po, yung sa schedule of requirement po. Pero dun sa installation per se, depende pa of course after yung ma-check ng contractor kung ano yung mga requirements ni client, ano yung mga materials to be used para ma-ready din on our end. Tapos isi-schedule natin yung deployment and of course dun sa timeline of activity, dun sa Gantt chart kung gaano katagal yung estimated ninyo na matapos po yung isang installation na to.
Noted, sir. Ano sir, same lang din ng question ni Sinagtech. Ano yung brand nyo ng access point?
Access point for Provinet, iba-iba kasi. Pero yung naalala ko for the Provinet project na currently we have sa office right now is Ruigi, yung access points. So we
Noted, sir.
also have switches as well na gagamitin in partnership with the access point.
Noted, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Madam BAC Secretariat, did I miss any prospective bidder that present here?
Sir, we would like to answer lang po yung question from yung kanina po about regarding the SLCC. May I
Yes.
know po who that question po?
Hello, ma'am, from ABN, ma'am. ABN
ABN.
Electronics.
Yes, sir. For the SLCC po, it should come from one contract only, pursuant to Section 23.4.1.3 of RA.
Mm.
The bidder must have completed a single contract that is similar in nature to the project being bid. Combining multiple contracts po to meet the SLCC requirement is not allowed unless expressly permitted by the PE in the bidding documents in accordance with GPPB Resolution 2022-2020. And per checking po dun sa bid docs namin, sir, it should be from single contract lang po. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Madam.
you, thank you.
Any more question or clarification coming from our prospective bidder? Baka may nagre-raise ng hands. So, Sir Lazaro of Converge ICT, parang nag-raise ng hands.
Yes, sir. Just in case lang na meron kami mga additional questions, sir, kailan po yung deadline for the written clarification?
Yes, I will make a note after this bidding. Pero ang kwan, August 1, 2025.
Noted, sir. Thank you.
Any other clarification? Questions? Chat box? Wala. So, seeing none and hearing none. BAC Sec, is there any reminders?
Yes, Chair. We will now proceed po with the envelope system and proper sealing and markings.
Okay, you may proceed.
We would like to reiterate po that bids must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the office address indicated below on or before August 13, 12 noon 2025. Late bids shall not be accepted. Bid envelopes must be addressed to Adriel C. Miranda, the BAC chairperson, DICT Region 3, 3F, Marison Square Building, Cagayan Valley Road, Santa Rita, Guinto, Bulacan. Bidders should submit one original, one duplicate, as the copy 1, and one triplicate as the copy 2 of their bid. Each of these envelopes shall contain two separate inner envelopes, one for the technical component and one for the financial component. These inner envelopes must also be properly labeled as technical component and financial component, respectively. All outer and inner envelopes shall be clearly and properly labeled, signed across the seal, and sealed in accordance with the updated guidelines in the Audit of Procurement issued by the Commission on Audit and the Government Procurement Policy Board. The three main envelopes, original, duplicate, triplicate, must be then be placed inside one sealed mother envelope, also properly marked with the project title, name of the bidder, and address to the group. So this is our required sealing of bid envelope. The required marking of bid envelope. Sample format for the labeled envelope. This is for the mother envelope po. For the outer envelope. Then for the technical component, the financial component, and that's it for the markings. For the timeline, deadline of submission again is on August 13, 2025, 12 noon. Opening of bids will be on the same day at 1 p.m. For the bidding documents payment, ABC is 3,764,250 pesos. Bid document fee will be 5,000 pesos. Payment for bidding documents shall be made manually. Interested bidders are advised to proceed to the DICT Region 3 regional office, and directly pay at the cashier. When paying, please state the exact project title you are participating in to ensure proper recording and issuance of the official receipt. Only those who have paid for the bidding documents will be allowed to participate in the bidding process in accordance with Section 17.5 of the 2016 revised OIRR of RA 9184. For other clarifications, questions, and answers, you may and questions, you may email us at r3.bacsecretariat@dict.gov.ph po. Sir, that's all po for the BAC Secretariat side. Thank you.
Okay, and for the closing, the minutes of the meeting will be made available not later than 5 days after today upon the written request at DICT R3 backsec at dict.gov.ph. Any statement made that the private conference shall not modify the terms of the bidding documents unless such statement is specifically identified in writing as an amendment thereto and issued as a supplemental bid bulletin. Any amendments in the detailed technical specification and bidding document shall be posted through supplemental bid bulletin. I would like to remind all prospective bidders that they may submit additional queries or requests for clarification through an official letter addressed to the Bids and Awards Committee and sent via the BAC Secretariat official email address on or before August 1, 2025. We also encourage everyone to regularly monitor the PhilJEP's website for any supplemental bid bulletins that may be issued. Please be reminded that it is the responsibility of all prospective bidders to stay informed and ensure they have secured all the supplemental bulletins related to this procurement. Any motion for adjournment?
Mr. Vice Chair, if there are no other matters to discuss, I now move to adjourn the meeting.
There's a motion for adjournment with Engineer Nerv de Guzman.
I second the motion, sir.
And second by our Ma'am Ria Rose Libao. Again, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you to all prospective bidders and to all watching on our official social media page. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's 3 p.m. past 20 minutes. This meeting is adjourned. You can now leave the meeting room except for the Bids and Awards Committee, TWG.